Good afternoon and welcome to the Fourth and Go podcast again. I'm your host, Austin Taylor. No visitors here with us tonight. It's just me, and there's a lot to talk about. So, obviously, today, as you guys know, we had our first baseball game of the season at the box. I had a lot of friends and different people that I know in attendance that were able to see not only what we thought may be some struggles that we had, a little rust that got kind of knocked off. But then also on top of that, what seemed to just be the floodgates opening at the end of that game. So a lot to unpack here. There's a lot for us to talk about. But before we get more into the baseball stuff, right? Go subscribe, go comment. We love to see y'all's interaction. We love to see your engagement. And I want to see more of you guys in here. I know my friends AP, Paul, David are over talking about the baseball game tonight as well. And I've been a little connected in there, seeing what they're doing, and they're doing great things. So, but for us tonight to start off, it's been a while. So we're not an Ole Miss podcast. We're a LSU themed and based podcast, but we are going to talk a little bit about Ole Miss today. As you guys know, if you follow college football, as all of us should, and as all of us I hope do, the NCAA and Trinidad Chambliss were in court yesterday, leading to him getting an extra year of eligibility, which I think is asinine. I think that it's stupid that we're going back to college again after having the season that he's had. But, um, what can you expect? You're in Mississippi. The lack of integrity from the judge that is an Ole Miss grad that's choosing to allow himself to be a part of this case against the NCAA. There's favoritism there, right? I've had family members who have had cases tried in court who have had to have judges that they knew step down because they did not feel as if they could do a fair job in their rule. And I think that that's what you see here as well. There's favoritism. There is, Trinidad pushing back saying he should not know NCAA rules where you play in the NCAA, but a lot of us would love to have eligibility. A lot of us would like to have a lot of those years back. I know I would in college in regards to playing sports. Everything else, not so much. But you just continue to see this happen. And fortunately for Trinidad Chambliss, he's not Diego Pavia. He has a better head on his shoulders. He's more humble, a more understanding of circumstance, and he will be a high level draft pick because of his performance and not his mouth holding him back from getting to where he wants to go. Um, as we continue to kind of unpack that, if you guys don't know a lot about that story, a lot of these kids are chasing money in college football now. It's not about what it used to be. Just today, I'm watching The Pivot and listening to the GOAT, Nick Saban, talk about how he would not come back to college football to coach because of how things are now and how he would prefer to coach in the NFL because of the way things are now. You don't have players coming to get an education. You don't have them coming to learn, to train, to develop, to stay at a school for 3, 4 years, be the next LSU great receiver, DB. But instead, you have these players jumping from school to school, which at the end of the day, you can't blame them. They can get paid outrageous amounts of money to stay in school for 4, 5, 6 years. Your TJ Finley situations, but in his case, he might even be better off, right, to go into the NFL this year. But choosing not to could either rule in his favor. He could be the number one pick next year and win the Heisman. Or he could fall back into what Ole Miss was prior to Lane Kiffin at 8-6, lesser than that, bottom feeders in the SEC where they belong, and he could lose draft stock. And he could be in a situation like Nuss is in right now. So that's all I really want to talk about that, right? I really want to wash my hands and be done with Ole Miss and everything that's going on in their own little swamp they have over there. All the different things that are going on with Deuce Knight taking Ole Miss out of his bio, no pictures of Ole Miss commitments, all the other things that are happening. Their players leaving the SIP, as we love to say. And I really want to focus on us and college baseball. We have the number 2 team in the country, should be the number 1 team in the country, but we have something to prove. And today, I think that not only did we come out and show that we're outmatching almost every team that we're playing. This is the first game of the season, but at the same time, you ended up winning, going from down 5-2 to winning 16-5. The talent is just not equivalent between the Milwaukee and the LSUs of the world. You're going for another championship in a row. You have rotational battles happening right now. You saw our starting pitcher, Kason Evans, go in and struggle coming into the fourth, struggle with the in the box a little bit, struggling to keep his pitches down and really get him aligned with where he wanted to be and what he showed he could do at the end of last season. And then you saw, a couple of our other players where, these younger fellas who are coming in highly touted, highly talented players now getting beat out for their positions. And so for me, as I'm still learning our baseball team, their names, their numbers, what positions that they play. We don't really have to worry about the Curiels and the Milums and some of these other folks, but these young fellas are really in some rotational battles, and you saw a lot of that in the hitting today. So looking into just numbers today and having watched the game live and sitting there watching it with my kiddos and kind of chilling, we were in a tough spot going into the fourth, like I said. And we were able to really start opening up the floodgates once we started getting back into the game. So you had LSU going into the game where, the Bayou Panda was smacking balls out of the stadium. Should have had two home runs going into really the fifth to sixth inning, but got kind of robbed of one. And I'm sure that a lot of you guys agree. But at the same time, what's the vantage point from being in the stadium to being on the other side of the screen? It's not the same, right? And then, really what I want to highlight out of everything, right? Because we can always talk about home runs and hits and all this other stuff. But for Gavin Gendry to come back and to have the game that he had, especially closing us out and just getting us home, was outstanding, right? The kid hasn't thrown a ball and I don't know how long. It's been a while, right? And so for him to come in and just dominate, and I say dominate because I think that's what he did against a lesser talented team who we have to go in and play again tomorrow. He just did his thing. He came out dealing. We once again were one of the best pitching teams in the country, and I think that we will continue to be, especially from a strikeout standpoint. And we really just kind of did our thing, and we finished it off going into the sixth through the ninth innings. Right, like I said, we opened up the floodgates and we're able to really get away from Milwaukee and really show why we're one of those top teams, not only in the SEC but in the country. And the SEC is stacked when it comes to baseball. We know that. We know the Vanderbilts are there, the Texases are there. Whenever Mississippi State and some of these other teams like to make a highlight, you even have Ole Miss out there trying to claim that SEC baseball is theirs. Well, I don't remember the last time they won anything of importance, but I don't think I was living when that was. So continue to let them think what they want. Remember that they had issues even getting rid of a controversial name behind their mascot. Now they go by the Land Sharks. Interesting. And we just continue to be in the back of their minds every day. Like I said, this is not in any way, shape, or form what I want to be talking about is Ole Miss. The hate that we have for Ole Miss is real and it always will be, right? And I know I probably look like an incognito LSU fan today because I'm wearing black camo and a black dad gang hat that shout out to my wife. She got me for father or not even Father's Day. Oh my gosh. Been a father for a long time, but for Valentine's Day to add to the collection of dad gang hats that I have. But outside of everything, we have a lot of games to go, right? Baseball is not a 15, 16, 17, 18 game season like we see. You get into college baseball and you're in the 50s. You're in the MLB and it's a lot more than that. And so these seasons are long, and LSU football fans, bear with us, bear with this team, bear with just LSU sports in general, because the cool thing is that Lane Kiffin does not sleep. He does not stop. He's shown up to all types of sporting events. And luckily, we were able to get him a win today to take that blemish off that 0-4 record that he had prior to coming to this baseball game. So, and talking of Lane Kiffin, and I don't want to quickly just blaze past college baseball, and I would love to get some questions and stuff in here for you guys if y'all have any, but to really look at everything, understand everything, and know what's going on, primary focus for me has always been on football. Going into this season now, it is a lot more on baseball. And I'm relying a lot on my friends, Paul, AP, even watching Blake out there in AYS. Go like and subscribe to AYS as well. One of the top LSU podcasts and personalities out there, and it actually inspired me to do this. But those are the people who know that stuff. Those are the people who are in the trenches, get to see them, in camps and down there in batting practices and all those other things. So they really have the knowledge. And I'll be bringing hopefully some of them back on this show or newly to the show here soon. But with that being said, I want to talk a little bit about spring practice as well. So today on Twitter, around probably 10 o'clock this morning, we had LSU release their spring schedule, and it's very simple, very simple, nothing crazy. Yes, it's color coded in colors and yellow and purple and gold and white, like we know. But the thing about it is that we don't really know how open these practices are going to be historically, and what from what we've heard and what we understand. Lane may not let a lot of us in there. We may see what we want and what we think is what we need to see, and it could be completely different. And I think a huge highlight of that was what Jay Johnson was doing. Jay was throwing all different types of players in the lineups. You had Paul on my show making up crazy lineups, and some of it came to fruition today of who he thought would win certain battles, especially that second base battle, and really how the bats would really hit and who would be swinging the best, and getting those balls out of the park. And I didn't think we would be. A lot of people said we have a lot of power. I didn't know a lot about that. So seeing Blake talk about it, knowing Paul talked about it on my show last week, just seeing all of those things, I didn't really realize that we're really out there hitting it like that with the bullpen to kind of carry us along. So spring practice starts March 22nd. So we have some time, right? And ends in April. We have a lot of time to really see the team if we're able to, see the performance of the team through social media, whether it's on their own personal accounts or on the football account. And I think that you're going to see this program run like a tight knit NFL style program, right? Nick Saban did it. Just watching even Nick Saban today on the pivot really showed me how similar Lane Kiffin's demeanor, expectations, understanding of the game is compared to Nick's. Obviously, that it's a hard comparison to make because once it was his boss, it's who he learned from, but it's also who gave him a hard time when he needed it, pushed him down and made sure he understood that he had to be humble and have certain expectations. When he started flirting with other jobs and considering going elsewhere, and Nick had to put him in his place. And I think that Lane now, from just listening to Nick today, Lane now is in a place where, and he said it, he's 50 or in his 50s. Me and him actually share the same birthday, which is a crazy fact. But I don't think you see him leave LSU like that. I don't think that you see him just get up and leave and pack all his stuff, pack his family up and move on. I think that Nick's story that he has about standing on the balcony with his agent and getting asked who he wanted to be like. Do you want to be like the Bear Bryants? Or do you want to be like the Lombardis? And being told that he wanted to be like Bear Bryant, but then leaving LSU anyway. Nick owed us one, and he gave us one. And that's something that I haven't really talked about because I haven't done this individually. But the alley oop that we got given from Nick Saban forever will ingrain him in the history and the GOAT conversation for us, even though we hated him all those years when he was at Alabama, and really gives us an idea of how much he truthfully loves and loved and loves LSU. It's not about just today or yesterday or 20 years ago, but Nick really was focused on how he could help LSU get back to greatness while also stepping away from college football to not kind of muddy the water. For all you Ole Miss fans who might hop into the show, I know that you're going to be frustrated by this comment, by this topic, but it is the better job. It is the better school. You can talk bad about the PMAC and you can talk about the library and how we don't clean that stuff up. But guess what? That's on different people than the athletic department to take care of. So say what you want. Our judges that went to LSU are in those things. They bow out of those because they know that they can't make the right decision that's based on the law, unlike some places. And the facilities are different. You have players leaving your own school saying it. Don't be offended. It's facts. You heard it coming from 3 of the top players at your school, one of which carried y'all whenever you played against Oklahoma. The other one was your top D lineman, and the other one was your top linebacker. And now they're all gonna be graced in the purple and gold going into next season. And as obnoxious as y'all thought we were when Lane Kiffin came and took over, we ain't left social media, and we're gonna keep on going. So buckle up, get ready, because when we start making predictions and we start seeing how this baseball team gels and we fire a basketball coach and hire a great basketball coach, then you'll see really what LSU is all about. Because now you have 3 coaches in this building who are aligned, who are insane and take their job crazy serious. Lane Kiffin, Kim Mulkey, and Jay Johnson. And there's nothing like him, right? Jay Johnson is not the up and leave to the MLB like Tennessee's coach did. He's going to stay at LSU and he's going to become great and truthfully be the next Nick Saban of college baseball. Be the next great since Skip. Grace the halls with trophies and draft picks and all these other things. You think Paul Skeens is the last one that we'll have. You think that Dylan Cruz is the only one that we'll have. Those are just scratching the surface. You know, I don't really know if we ever do it in basketball, but I'm not as concerned because in my lifetime, if I can see a couple more in football, if I can see a couple more in baseball, I'll be solid. Then it moves on for me and it goes down to my kids and what they get to see LSU do in their lifetime. So there's just a lot going on, a lot to really focus on with this team, and a lot of which I really need to iron the details out of because, the Zach Yort's Dardar potentially winning the second base battle. I think he does. I think that's a prediction that Paul actually made and was really eye opening because he's a young kid, man. He's a young kid who has a lot of potential and showed his potential today just at the plate. And just going through for those of you who hopefully you've gone back and watched the game, right? Watch Casey Evans struggle at the mound, getting going, slow starts. Curiel struggled today as well. He swung at some things that he didn't swing at last year. He swung at some balls high in the box that he shouldn't have swung at. And I think he understands and he knows that. And I think that the prediction of him having, you know, 50, 60 RBIs or more is still realistic. It's the first game, guys. Relax. Yes, we were down 5-2, but we were up 2-0. You got to get your pitcher rotations in. They have to knock the rust off. And we can't freak out every time that we get this slow start. This is not Brian Kelly era of college football at LSU where you can't score in the first quarter. You're talking about Jay Johnson. And yes, it's quiet from a recruiting perspective. Yeah, there's not a lot going on with college football, but there's not a lot going on in your face. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. Easton Royals visiting LSU soon. And we all know Lane Kiffin's track record so far with letting these kids leave campus without being an LSU Tiger. And that's not me making a prediction. That's just an assumption. But you're the greatest. And I know that this will be argued by a close friend of mine. I think he's the greatest currently offensive mind in college football. And it's not a question. I think he's going to he's a difference maker. I didn't really get to fully engulf into this the other day when I said it, and I tweeted this last week. So when you think of ultimate competitors and you think of the Kobe Bryants, the Michael Jordans, right? You think of like the Serena Williams, Tiger Woods, right? If you want to go into tennis a little bit more, like the Roger Federers of the day, those guys and those girls were ultimate competitors and killers in their sport. They crushed it. They did everything it took. They trained, they killed their bodies. They did whatever it took. And one of the top ones that on my list who recently got inducted into the Hall of Fame is Drew Brees. When you sit back and you think of exactly who these people are and what they do and how they take their job so serious is exactly what you see Lane Kiffin doing. The killer mentality where he says, I'm competitive. So whenever they left in the way I didn't like, or the conversation didn't end the way that I wanted it to, he got on a plane and he went to Knoxville. That's it. And it's not a huge airport just to walk around and find somebody in. So he had to know the right place. He had to take notes. He had to know where he was going. But he wasn't going to take no for an answer because he knows what is expected at LSU. We're not Ole Miss where Lane could have literally won 9 games, 8, 9 games for 6 years straight, and y'all would have been fine. That's not what it is. We fired Les Miles because he was winning 10 games. That wasn't good enough. Getting to the national title, not crossing the 50, not good enough. So we're in a place where we don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about a coach who's going to golf more than he does his job, right? We have somebody who does not leave the building, who takes his nephew to baseball games, basketball games. He's sitting courtside with quarterbacks and linebackers who are dating his daughter. Like there's so much going on in this man's life. He could just sit back and chill, but he's not going to. And eventually I think it will taper off a little bit. I think there will come a time where, you know, there are certain things that are expected of a head coach to be in the building or at certain things where the assistant coaches have to go around and we're going to get backlash. We're going to hear it from Ole Miss fans. Oh, well, Lane Kiffin's not he's not out there recruiting the players like we said. We tried to tell you. No, dude, like he has other tasks at hand. And when we walk into Oxford next year and we whoop your ass, what you gonna say then? Because y'all didn't have a lot to say for a long time when Leonard was running down your throat and you were scared to tackle the man, and your coaches on the sideline were saying it on camera. Then what? So, and I know that's a little bit of a rant and it is what it is, but that's part of what this is. And so for us folks who aren't in the state of Louisiana, who aren't able to go and be in the bushes and taking the pictures and seeing these things happening and it really in motion, not able to be in the box, not able to put our feet up and watch a baseball game, not able to just walk over to Death Valley anytime we want or go into the team shop. We got to stay connected. And so I'm really appreciative of how we've been able to do that. There's a lot of LSU folks who I've reached out to recently, a lot of people who I've connected with, like I said earlier, Blake at AYS, he inspired me to do my own podcast. And then through that, I was able to meet a couple of the folks that I was talking about tonight. I know AP and them are doing a show right now as we speak. They could even be checking in on me. And this is going to be a short one tonight, but ultimately, the culture that comes with the state of Louisiana is unmatched. And from Kevin Smith going to getting Boudin at Billy's to Lane Kiffin now getting on a float for Mardi Gras, it's just different. Me and my family just finished up probably the only king cake we're going to get of the season. Ain't nobody got time for that, but it's the point. The culture is different. The heritage is different. Lane came down here to be a part of something different. And he's shown that every step of the way, he is willing to do what it takes to set himself apart as the next great head coach at LSU for this football program. And hopefully tomorrow, and most of you guys know tomorrow, we have LSU women's basketball. Kim still has never beat Dawn Stanley. Never. At least at LSU. That's like her kryptonite. It's like her Nick Saban. So, are we able to walk in there, handle business, maybe Lane Kiffin sitting in the front row, maybe Cookie Kiffin sitting there with him, and we're really able to walk them down like we did Texas at home and handle our business? Because there's a lot of action going on in Baton Rouge this weekend. And I think that if we're able to come down the pipeline, handle business there, maybe we're able to get a win that like we did at home against Texas and then struggled against Texas in Austin. And it changes the whole perspective of what's going on. And I think that it pushes Verge into a position where he might already be in of saying, it's time for men's basketball to be something serious. And that's why we don't talk about basketball on this show because there's nothing worth talking about. I'm not going to talk about a coach getting fired before he gets fired, not to great length or detail because it's a waste of time. We won't know until that happens. And from what I understand, there's a lot of people with a lot of money that would love to see a new basketball coach be in there. And it looks like my boys actually just finished up, must have just finished up with the show, just talking a little baseball and stuff with Paul and AP. I'm sure that they've been out there holding it down. What's up, fellas? Appreciate y'all checking in. Make sure that everybody. So if y'all are in here watching outside of my brothers that just popped in, make sure that y'all go follow them in multiple areas. Paul and David both are two huge baseball minds whenever it comes to LSU baseball. Very dedicated and have shown just ability to build a connection and a really community around what LSU is. And like we like to say, like AP likes to say, the three letters on the chest. But make sure that y'all start checking in with them. They're gonna be on my show hopefully soon. I have to connect. I know I've been on AP's show a couple of times. AP has been on mine. One of the most even killed dudes on the planet, and really someone who deserves all the positive things that are coming to him in this community that we've created. And also somebody who helped give me that little push, that little nudge, especially this past week to come out here, do another episode, really get it going, and really show how important LSU is to me as well. So, with that being said, guys, I don't really want to keep y'all too long. And I know that we are, Paul, shoot, you could get on right now if you want, brother. But we have a long, long road ahead, both in baseball, football, basketball. Hold up. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Hold up. Give me 1 sec, y'all. We're about to get some baseball insight in here. Paul, I just sent you an invite, brother. Come jump in. AP, if you're in a place where you could do it too, come on. Paul's about to jump in here like Batman. Fellas, appreciate it. There he is.
Ahem. Hello. I'm good. You can hear me good?
What's up, brother? You're good. I hear you.
What's good, man?
What's
Thank
good,
you
baby?
for sending me that invite, bro. I
You're
appreciate it.
welcome. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Now that you're in here, and we're still live, brother. Doing this alone is not the same.
No, it hit different. That's why I told you, like, you got it. I just told that to David and Paul. Like, I want you to get that practice because it's until you feel what it's like consistently, that's where you develop your own rhythm and your own flow from.
Yeah. And Paul,
It's like you're just talking to the abyss.
How's my
You know,
levels? Am I
like
yeah,
good?
it
literally,
hits
I can
different.
hear myself talking. Paul, the crazy thing I was gonna say earlier, whenever I saw your new setup, I was like, this man, he literally did what I did. Sweet. He went and got a mic. He got all set up, all smooth. Threw some more LSU stuff in the back.
You know what? I'm gonna say this right now.
Say it.
I love this time of year. Don't like going to
Why?
parades. I'm over parades.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
love
Lane
this time
Kiffin's
of
gonna be
year
on a boat
Give me
very soon.
1
because
second. I
that's
gotta
tomorrow night.
my
Brother, you good?
I'm like over the parade thing because
Yeah.
I've been to so many as
I'm
a
back.
kid
I'm
growing
good.
up.
Right.
But
Levels
I
good.
love seeing them. Like I love like watching them.
What's good, brother?
I love watching them. I love seeing the city come together and enjoying it. Like Mardi Gras is my favorite season because it shows the city and the state in a different light.
Right.
Like it really brings everything together. And nobody can do it like how we do it. It's literally like not to quote Lane, but it's literally just different.
Right.
And that's why I love LSU baseball. I know you said you want to talk some baseball. But that's why I love LSU baseball because LSU baseball is what we envision LSU football to becoming. We always want LSU football to become what LSU baseball is. And
Yeah.
that's why the two sports are so closely tied. I mean, football is literally the number one sport in the country.
Right.
And of course, you dominate football, you will naturally dominate everything else. Look at how the impacts of Alabama football had on Tuscaloosa. Look at the impacts of the LSU golden era for the early 2000s, even up until this one now, has impacted Baton Rouge.
Right.
But LSU baseball is a centerpiece. Like in baseball, we are the Alabama.
Right.
Like we are the pinnacle.
Yeah.
So, and I wanted to get to do this earlier, but I didn't get the time because of the way that the day just got away from me. Everybody posted something on Twitter with their highlights leading into the baseball season coming against LSU. And you know what LSU did? Just went to work.
That's right.
I saw somebody reply.
You didn't
saying, "Yeah, we're going to post our replies against LSU. Y'all are the pinnacle of college baseball." No one says
and
that in football.
That's exactly what I
Even
was
when
about to say.
Bama was at the top,
Nobody
you're
said,
not going to say, "Bama, you're at the top."
Yeah.
nobody wants to admit it in football.
No.
But in baseball, it's so clear in a way. It's
Right.
clear and far away because this spans multiple decades.
Right.
We're talking about almost 40 years of consistent domination in this one sport. It's unrivaled.
Yeah.
Like they call it the powerhouse for the reason. And I love that baseball season tips off right when Mardi Gras season because the vibes around the state are so high. Everybody's in a good mood. And this year it felt like it happened earlier because you signed Lane Kiffin.
Mm-hmm.
And then he brought a whole nother spark of unity and togetherness and a bond that, quite frankly, can't be really replicated anywhere else. In Mardi Gras, like I keep pointing to my left, y'all can't see
Nick
me
Saban never went to an
on my other
Alabama
screen,
baseball game.
Right. No, and that's a proven fact. But I keep pointing my left because
It's better.
on my other screen I have the parade rolling. Because they're live streaming all the parades that's rolling in the city tonight. And it's just a beautiful thing to see. This is not the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade where balloons are in the sky and you're pointing and kids are like, "Oh, look, it's Goku, it's Bugs Bunny, it's Superman." Like, no, it's people on floats throwing stuff, bands marching, playing songs, stopping at the stand for the mayor.
Yeah.
And all this is going on while your baseball team run ruled the team after being down by 3.
Yeah, I was looking at it too because I'm like, boy, I
Get the
was
hell out
watching.
of here.
Yeah, come on. I'm
Get
sitting there
get get
watching it, just chilling.
You mean to tell me I get to watch this team dog walk somebody, get a slice of the best king cake on the planet, and then watch a parade?
That's crazy.
Who got it better than us?
Yeah, I just finished my king cake today. I got it 2 days ago.
Who has it
It's
better
gone.
than us? It's hard to argue.
Yeah, that's facts.
Like they want to be Louisiana so bad. Somebody said on Twitter, Mississippi. I'm gonna read this exact quote because I reposted it. When it comes to baseball, no state does it better than the state of Mississippi. We
Oh
are
yeah,
back.
I talked about that.
Excuse me.
I reposted that and I said, "What? You must be
need to
geographically
tag
challenged."
me in that.
Brother.
Louisiana doesn't call itself Mississippi. Just silly. And then underneath me, somebody put Mississippi State versus LSU all-time baseball series record. And I put so scared. See the titles.
You won those
dummies.
games in
Like,
the 80s.
Do they even have a title on
And
Unisport?
then the funny thing about this post is that this is a Mississippi State Bulldog fan that's jumping to save an Ole Miss fan.
Which doesn't happen.
Don't get me started on
happen.
that. One of your best
Go ahead,
players
I'm
from
about
the
to, 'cause I'm tagging you in
80s,
it.
Mississippi State, how I talked about with Monticello, they all have one set of teeth in the whole damn town. One of your best players, Will Clark, where did he come from? Was he born in Mississippi? And guess where he lives? Where's your football coach from? Guess where he lives? Louisiana still. He ain't staying in your garbage of a dump of a state. Ole Miss, the only World Series y'all ever won, only national championship you have is an LSU guy. Bianco played for Bertman.
The school in Oxford. You have 2 Louisiana guys to lead your 2 top.
This is all you got to say to Mississippi State fans. And I get it. They do have a good program. Like, I'm not going to be total just dog water them. But if you go Google image, Skip Bertman, Mississippi State, he's going to say Starkville, Indian translation for trailer park.
Oh shoot!
And yeah,
man.
but we were saying earlier from my audio,
man.
I had problems over here. Yeah, whenever we did the streams with me and AP and then me and you, I went back and listened to my audio and I was like, that is dog water.
It wasn't worse than mine, brother.
Oh no, it was bad. Like on me and AP stream, it sounded terrible. So I was like, I gotta do something. So I found the GoPro I had in a box somewhere. And well, if you saw the backdrop over here, this all looks kind of cool. I'm renovating a house, but found the GoPro, got the stuff, ordered the cheapest microphone I could find. It was like $30 and it came with this janky ass arm that makes all this noise, but it's working and it seems a little bit more professional. It seems a little bit more tidy. So I appreciate the big ups. I appreciate it.
Yeah, brother. So I did the same thing. So I still need to work on my audio a little bit, which I think I've done a great job because my son actually just woke up from sleeping and he has like these little fits where he like is upset because I don't think he realizes he woke up. But he actually gave me a sticker. Let me see if I can get it on camera. Okay, hold up. See, so I have my new mic, right? Look, hold up.
That's awesome. And the sad thing is, I know what mic that is because I was just researching mics. And also, you need to check your text. I was giving you a sneak preview of what your son's going to be getting. One of the things.
You text? I didn't see. That's the thing, though. Did you message me on
No, I texted you.
X?
Yeah, you sent me the text too, and I never.
Hold up.
Yeah, I sent it to AP on accident.
No, you just sent me. Give you a sneak peek to one thing your son has.
Who did I text
Oh no,
that?
yeah, I guess
Well,
you
somebody
meant
just
anything
got
for
that.
Austin. I don't.
Somebody just
Yeah.
Who did I text? I don't know. It's on its way now, the picture. But what, you want to talk some baseball? Because, I mean, nothing really happened today.
Nope, nothing at all.
Nothing I
baseball?
predicted.
No, nothing happened. I mean, we didn't preview this on Wednesday at all.
We didn't get the most views out of
didn't say a
anybody
word.
around here.
Didn't-
AP won't gloat. I will, especially after Thursday.
Sorry, everybody.
Purpose of playing isn't.
Sorry, everybody.
Somebody
back.
like
What's up?
this idiot from Mississippi. This idiot from Mississippi.
This man said this idiot from Mississippi, and I just know it.
I know y'all are slow, but you can't be this slow.
Buddy.
They are that slow.
But,
Did you watch the
I'm
court
giving
case?
you too much grace.
With Joe Judge talking, he's like, hold on now.
Yes, I watched
hold
it
on
all.
out there, son.
It was horrible.
You've been down here long enough.
Look
We're
hitting out there,
talking a little slower down
he
here.
wanted to say, look hitting out there, boy. So bad.
So, and the funny thing is, so I talked about that. That's the first thing I talked about tonight. I don't know why I put this dang mic in my camera space, and now it's trying to focus on the mic. But first thing I talked about tonight was how we went from dealing with Trinidad potentially going to the NFL, which never was going to happen, to now he's getting another year worse than Diego Pavia. He's technically a better person, but he should have gone to the NFL because at least he has draft stock. But then they named Joe Judge the head coach of quarterbacks and offense.
You know why?
Like, y'all couldn't even put the correct position.
I think that's peeking behind the curtain for after next year.
I believe
Bro,
that.
I got into an so
wait, say that one more time. I was replying.
I think that's a peek behind the curtain of what happens.
Hey, tell him to join the show
after
while he's
next
at
year.
it. Why not?
But no,
that goof won't show his face. He doesn't have any teeth to show.
But I saw the clip of the doctor talking about how he wasn't the same person every day, and this and da 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 and da 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 da, and then all of a sudden, the tonsillitis made him a better D1 athlete overnight, and he had like a year-long. It's not like he was trying to describe long COVID.
He got benched. Yeah, he got benched.
I said the other night, I hope the NCAA comes back with records that he has tonsils removed when he was 10. That would make everything amazing. But I said the comment, this guy should lose his medical license.
Brother admitted that the OTC, the over-the-counter drugs, were helping him. Like Zyrtec was helping.
But no,
he admitted that.
He had allergies. Oh shit, we lost Paul.
Paul
I'm right here.
Banished to the Shadow Realm.
No, I didn't get. I'm still here. I just for some reason we can keep going. Trust me, I got this.
He's just repositioning.
Yeah, he just
for some reason StreamYard's being not StreamYard, Riverside's being funny.
Riverside
is it being weird?
Yeah, I got it. We're good. I just gotta do this now. It's gonna be off of my computer, not my GoPro. No, like he was talking about like it was long COVID, and it's like you should lose your medical license. You're lying in a court. I know people don't realize that doctors they practice. They're not professionals. They're practice.
Thank you. They practice.
But you're speaking as a medical professional in a court of law, and you're twisting and lying. None of my comments said anything about Trinidad. It was, if Trinidad, he got his year of eligibility, okay. Like,
good for him.
I tweeted Matt Bowers and I said, nothing against Trinidad. how long will this continue to where the NCAA has no teeth and nothing they say or do gets respected in any form or fashion?
Yeah.
It's going to have to something come of it. I think they're going to bring it to the Supreme Court, but it's stupid. It's not the Trinidad thing. The people on this, like the kangaroo court of the Ole Miss grad and all these people, just they're shaking hands and signing autographs in the courtroom.
Oh shoot, man! Listen,
I'm
and
not going to get too deep into this because I'm going to actually record something about this tomorrow. But the people who, first of all, I'm excited that Trinidad got his waiver. I think he's a great collegiate quarterback. I think he's a good kid, and he's making the most out of the opportunity. So let me start off by saying that. I also think he's fucking stupid because you had an opportunity. You're playing for one season, whereas you could have set yourself up for playing for multiple seasons by going into the draft this year.
And a poor quarterback class.
Look, hear me out, because I laid this out early. And like I said, I'm going to get deep into this tomorrow. But in the 2027 draft class, the NFL will look at somebody like Lenora Sellers and take him over Trinidad Chambliss.
100%.
Yeah. Trinidad Chambliss is Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod was.
So let me give you a accurate depiction from an LSU perspective, right? So the other day, AP, you talked about Pop. So Lenora Sellers is Elijah Haven to Pop. Think of that comparison.
No, and I'm gonna
right?
tell you, and I'm gonna tell you why they're not. And I'm gonna tell you why, because
the only reason I think that is because of the physical
you're
traits.
thinking
I
of
think
physical.
is what they
You're
focus.
thinking of physical traits.
Yeah,
and even with that, that's still a bad comparison because I take Elijah Haven over Lenora Sellers right now.
I know, but would you take Elijah Haven over Pop though?
No,
because I wouldn't take Lenora Sellers
Before
over
Lane. Yes,
over.
no.
I wouldn't take Lenora Sellers over Trinidad Chambliss. Is what I'm saying.
telling you right now, from my own two eyes, I would not take Pop over Elijah Haven any day.
You wouldn't
Pop,
or would?
Houston
you wouldn't or you
would not. Peyton Houston is a way better quarterback than Elijah Haven is. Way better.
Yeah, he is.
It's not even close.
It's not close.
To me, it's the intangibles. To me, it's the intangibles.
What makes Elijah Haven? So look, when you watch them two play,
I don't feel that way with Lane. By the way, I'm talking about before Lane with Brian Kelly.
Yeah, true.
Even with Brian Kelly, I wanted Pop Houston over Elijah Haven. So, perfect example. Your last 5-star consensus number one quarterback that we had in the state of Louisiana was one Arch Manning. Arch Manning played at Isidore Newman High School, which is a 3A high school in the state of Louisiana.
Ain't shit.
They play a bunch of scrub teams. So they put up ungodly statistics. Peyton Houston plays against Catholic of Baton Rouge. Edna Carr. Like, those are the teams that he has to go through in order to get to the Dome.
Yeah, the 3A today is not the same as when I was younger, when you had LeBrandon Tofield and 2A and Kendrick Perry and A.
Right.
It ain't the same.
No. All those kids are going 4 and 5A. And you got a kid like Elijah Haven who's playing against Warren Easton's JV team. And Warren Easton is not that great of a high school, but they're 5A and they're deep. Mm-hmm. And their JV teams are okay, but they're not competing on a 5A level. Right. Peyton Houston would – the numbers that Elijah Haven is putting up, Peyton Houston will put up without a shadow of a doubt. Here's what really cemented my thought for this. The Under Armour All-American game that just happened. They're letting juniors and seniors play. Who was the MVP of that game? Mm-hmm. One Peyton Houston.
Who was number 2 and 3? The one's not on campus yet.
That was Easton Royal.
And who's on campus?
Lamar Brown.
Yep.
And then Richard Anderson.
Yeah.
So you have when I look at this Elijah Haven, Peyton Houston thing. Like it's beyond a shadow of a doubt. Like Peyton Houston's a better quarterback player.
100%.
And it's not. I'm not taking anything away from Elijah Haven. Fantastic athlete, great kid, high upside. May ultimately end up having a better pro career. Who knows? But I know right now, today, give me Peyton Houston, LSU. Give me Peyton
Lane
Houston.
Kiffin. No.
Right, like that's who I want
100%.
in this offense. 100%.
Y'all brought this comparison up, and y'all are going to hate me for saying this. I'd take Lenore Sellers over Trinidad. Now, I'm not saying I'd take him over Sam, but if those are my two options, I'd take Lenore Sellers in Lane Kiffin's offense.
Lenore Sellers.
And I'm going to tell you why.
I'm talking about if I had to pick between Trent and Lenore's.
I'm going to tell you why that wouldn't work either. Because I would take Sam over Trinidad. And I've said this.
Oh, no, I agree. Sam's not in my comparison.
But I'm setting that up. I'm setting that point up. I would take Sam over Trinidad, but I wouldn't take Lenore's over Trinidad. I'm going to tell you why. If you look at the quarterbacks that Lane has had, he likes guys that are accurate, don't have to be pinpoint accurate, but that are accurate and make good decisions with the ball. Lenore's decision making is terrible.
I think that stems from the offense and Beamer. And the offensive line being terrible.
Even when he has opportunities to run, think about this. Cam Newton took Auburn to the national championship and had no other guys on that offense drafted.
The running back,
Dyer, was amazing.
That was it. I'm talking about the offensive line and the skill play. Like the running back, yes. But so we can't talk about bad offensive line.
Their defense was amazing.
Yeah, the defense was amazing. But I'm talking about on offense. You saw the numbers he put up. So he legitimately carried, and he wasn't playing against slouch teams either. Like that 2012 LSU defense was great, but he was better. Lenore Sellers is built the same way, but his decision making and pocket presence is terrible. So I would not take Lenore Sellers over Trinidad Chambliss. Trinidad Chambliss has a better feel for the game. That's why I think right now, as far as college is concerned, Trinidad Chambliss is the better collegiate quarterback. When we talk about prospecting for the pros, and GMs are investing millions of dollars in the quarterback being the face of the franchise, you see things that you can't teach. 6'6", 3 years of starting experience in the SEC, 250 pounds, elite athleticism and strong arm and speed, can get away from the defense when he needs to. They're going to pick him over Trinidad Chambliss.
Yeah. What about the quarterback in Indianapolis?
He's the reason why.
I'm saying
they're going
to. We talking about Anthony Richardson?
I think their perspectives change because of how that's worked out.
No,
and I'm going to tell you, I know, and
I'll comp it to baseball.
Okay,
I'll comp it to baseball. Recently, I'm not going to say who, said that if a certain player for the LSU baseball Tigers did not hit double-digit home runs, he would not get drafted in the first round. This is where that's completely wrong. Baseball is different than football in a lot of ways, especially in the draft. So a lot of times you have guys in the DR, Cuba, me and AP talked about this, who get drafted at 15, 16 years old or get signed to like a club for a pro team at that age because they're not looking at that age for intangibles, nor do they do that really in college. Well, they're looking for intangibles. Now, they look for production. Production's great, but they look at a guy and go, okay, he spends 2 years, 3 years in our farm system. People forget that, like the Paul Skeens, Dylan Cruzes, who were in the minors for a year and a half, and get to the big leagues, that doesn't happen. It's different. A guy like Curiel has the plate awareness, the plate discipline, the ability to field, has the power, even more power now, but is better yet, can go the opposite way with power. It can go the opposite way on doubles. So, like, even if he hit 9 this year, he's still a first-round draft pick. He's not coming back because he has intangibles that they can develop. And that's kind of like what you were saying, AP. That's why I wanted to compare it.
Right. So, that's another reason why I wouldn't take Lenore's over Trent either, because you're looking at, like, in college, this is a 1-year deal. You got 1 year.
Yeah.
You got 1 year. In the pros, you got multiple. And that's why I think, like, as far as Anthony Richardson, he didn't change anything. What Anthony Richardson lost that locker room when he was tapping out to come out of games because he was tired.
Lost his opportunity.
Like his talent was
there.
His talent's there.
Yeah.
Like he's still doing ridiculous things in practice. Like so much so that they're posting his practice clips. Like it's crazy the things that the kid can do. He just doesn't have that dog.
Right.
Like this is what it is. So when you look at Sellers and if anything, Anthony Richards is probably helping him because like when he's on the field and he's right, he was a legit cheat code. He just wasn't all the way bought in.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
And like I said, I'm gonna get into it a little bit deeper tomorrow with a quick little 1-2 video just for shits and giggles. But like, Trinidad screwed himself. Beta move.
Yeah,
and you cannot tell me NFL scouts and GMs are not looking at guys in the transfer portal and saying, "Wait, where did you go? Where?" When you come up on the screen on Monday Night Football, it's going to say Paul's Rain, University of LSU, Alabama, Texas, Texas Tech, Miami. They don't want that.
And you're gonna have Nussmeier getting straight from Louisiana State University. Talk to him.
And I'm pretty sure they're also gonna like in those GM meetings, they're gonna ask like, so why were you afraid to take the step? Why were you afraid to take the step last year? Because think about this: the draft class for next year will feature Arch Manning, Dante Moore, Brendan Sorsby, Sam Levitt, DJ Lagway, Lenora Sellers. Like, and there are 9 quarterbacks that can go within the first 2 rounds.
I don't think Lagway.
Right. I don't think Lagway goes.
No, I don't think he. I don't think he is either. I don't think he's going first. I don't think he's going
Baylor.
first.
I think he's going to be. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 2 years of Baylor because he has to
I don't
prove
think.
it.
I don't.
He got
but
butchered.
But hear me out. Yeah. Like if Lagway is the one that drops out, he's still screwed, and that's my point. Like he's still a draft eligible prospect. Right. Trinidad is forced to go into this draft next year, and it is absolutely loaded.
Can I tell you where he screwed himself more? The biggest mistake he made, and it's not a down play on Trent. He's a good quarterback. Before Lane left, they all praised Lane. And then once Lane left, they said, this isn't Lane's offense. This is Charlie Weiss's offense. Well, then they hired John David Baker, who is a disciple of Lane Kiffin. So if it wasn't Lane's offense, why do you want John David Baker?
Right.
Charlie has a long tenure of having been a good OC. John David Baker, he's good, but he hasn't proven it in the SEC. And also going to come down to Pete Golding's decision-making with clock management. I don't think Trent has the offense he has this year.
And his horrible defense.
And if his numbers fall, you go from being a first-round quarterback, possibly a top 2 quarterback taken in the draft, to a third-round guy.
Yeah. Yeah. True. I mean, you're right.
Guys,
and
let's take a tangent real quick.
Go ahead.
Would you all accept flowers as a gift?
Did your wife just ask you this?
Like my wife bought me flowers?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see a problem with it.
I think I would.
I'd be hesitant.
My wife isn't watching this stream right now. I haven't told her the podcast name. I think I would take them and say thank you and kind of be like,
it's
why?
Acceptable.
But I wouldn't say like, so I have so you can't see him right now, Austin.
It's my daughter. It's my daughter asking about it.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's your daughter. It's totally different.
Yeah.
Wife, daughter, different. My wife gave me this for our anniversary. So I have 2 of them. And they are my son's baby handprint. Don't tell me baseball don't run in my family, boy. This is the gift. And like that kind of thing, I'm in tears whenever she handed it to me.
Yeah. Yeah, see, tell your daughter that this is what my wife got me for Valentine's Day.
NutriBullet Ninja.
She knew I needed another blender.
My wife doesn't want to give me my gift until tomorrow.
Yeah, she gave me mine. I got her
flowers.
I got her perfume and what else? I think that's it. Perfume. I almost bought her a new bag, but I was like, she doesn't really use them. So, but yeah, I mean, it depends. It depends on the demeanor of the man, I think, as well. You know, like it depends on what types of flowers you get to. Yeah, like, well, I think that she's probably asking because she wants to give a boy some flowers, huh?
Yeah, she wants to give a boy some flowers.
Okay, so I think it depends on the flowers too. Like, is it gonna if you're gonna go give a boy some flowers?
If he throws a fit, then he ain't worth it.
That's why I said
he ain't worth it.
That's why I said
And I saw you over there giving the dad speech.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
I thought he was
perfectly
cussing me out on mute.
No.
no, no.
Oh,
That's things
actually,
that y'all get to look forward to.
I got I don't have a daughter. I'm not gonna have a daughter, so it's all good. But my
But no, just those conversations with the
yeah.
older child, like
Well,
it's pretty cool.
in 6th grade, the little girlfriend I had, shout out Stephanie, gave me a pair of boxers with red flaming hearts, and my mom was just beside herself. Why is she
Why
giving
is she
you
giving you boxers with the
Why
hearts
is she
on them?
giving you boxers?
You're in the 6th grade.
She's not gonna see you in your boxers.
Hold up. That's so funny. I got to show y'all something. Hold up. I'll be right back.
It's so crazy.
This is hilarious. I love that we went on this little Valentine's Day tangent right quick. Like this is peak podcasting, folks. So
See,
make sure you
don't
like,
know the
share,
half
and
of it.
subscribe.
So my son and I were at the store yesterday, and I told him, I said, you should get your teacher like a flower, like a rose, a coffee mug or something, some other stuff. And he's like, oh, I want to get her some chocolate. So we got her a chocolate apple, and he got her this. Now, hold up, let me see if I can get it not to glare. Let me see. So I told him he wasn't allowed to take it to school. Well, he decided he didn't want to take it to school because on the heart it says he's sweet and decadently rich. And my wife was like super freaked out because she's like, two things. You're not taking him to school if you let him bring that to his teacher. Number one.
No, because then you flirting.
And number two,
you sending shots.
Why did my son buy his teacher a piece of a chocolate man with boxers on?
I thought you got carded to go into those stores.
Listen, man, I don't know, but
so hey, I just remembered something. Since we're on a Valentine's Day tangent, I just remembered something that I've wanted to talk to AP about since the first stream I saw with you two. Actually,
what's up?
And we're gonna get to baseball because I can't let you go without baseball.
Appreciate it.
AP's a metalhead. I was surprised to read that the first time I was watching.
Yeah,
I'm always curious on who like bands people consider metal. That's where I'm
like. Shout out to my boy
Nola drummer, right?
Nick, my bestest friend.
Damn, I forgot we had that conversation.
18 years old, and he's the one who's got don't dabble in metal. I can't name bands. Right?
Okay,
but and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I grew up with him. I watched him ascend through drumming.
I'm messing with you.
But he's put me on to the sound of metal. Like, love hearing the drums. I love hearing the guitars. Don't really care too much for the screaming aspect of it. But he has his own metal band. What?
Polyphia. So they have a couple songs with vocals. Like one is let me find the name of it real quick. But I
already got them right here.
Yeah, so it's one with like Snot, I think is his name. Let me just double check. But listen to Playing God and Ego Death. They have a song called F Around and Find Out. That has vocals on it. It's like a rap metal mix. It's just instrumental. And the guitar riffs and the drumming and everything kind of combined with it. Because I was worried about when I had a kid. Because you look at my playlist, it goes from Frank Sinatra to Boosie to Dropkick Murphys to it's all over the place, and it has a bunch of bad words, explicit words. So I didn't want him to hear that. So I found Polyphia, and I was like, oh, we can just listen to riffs and relax. I ain't got to worry about him going around saying different words to his mom that they don't need to be saying. It's great. It's great for working out too.
Really?
I just shared with y'all both.
Polyphia.
I just shared with y'all both his band on Apple Music.
I'm going to.
They have the instrumental and the one with vocals. Check them out. I mean, if you got a quick second, just press play on one of the songs.
I will.
He is amazing on the drums. And I'm not just saying he is I tell him this all the time, and he thinks I'm just saying it because he's my friend. But he also knows one thing: if I don't like something, I'm gonna fucking tell you. I don't care. We need to know. I want the truth, just like you want the truth. he is legitimately special on the drum. Like that's what he was born
I bet
to
he
do.
knows Polyphia. I bet.
Don't tell
Dude,
me what it
the music is
I'm about
crazy.
to text him right now.
The music is like the riff this kid has. I think his name's Tim Henson, and playing God is like otherworld. It would change your outlook on music. It's that good. I listen to music for the vocals. I like the lyrics.
Yeah.
And whenever it was a vocal, I was like, why am I listening to this? And then I heard it. I was like, oh, that's why. That's why they sell out stadiums and don't say a word.
Yeah.
It's pretty
I'm
good.
telling you, I love it. I love metal music. Like I said, I don't
Love
necessarily
music.
have to have the lyrics. I love music too. Music moves you, man. It does.
So, Austin, hit me
What's up,
with your
brother?
questions, my man.
Yeah. So for me today, just watching the game, I don't watch it so much for the people, more just for the game, right? But
Yeah.
then also now I'm trying to watch it and analyze it from like your viewpoint, where you're looking at like rotational
Don't
players,
do that.
pitching. I know it's
I
hard
was
to
just about to
don't
say
do
it,
it's
that.
bro.
hard
Don't
it's
do
hard
that.
because
Don't do that.
I can't even like wrap my head around it yet, right?
It gets to the
So
point where sometimes I won't enjoy watching baseball because my head gets too far into it.
that's how I
Sometimes.
feel about basketball. That's why I don't watch basketball anymore. So you saw some movement in regards to your second baseman. You kind of called that out. Um, some struggles from at bats and things as well with some of our like I wouldn't necessarily say seasoned players, but like Curiel
Returning
had some
guys.
struggles today. Yeah, like returning guys, right? Um, so talk to me a little bit about those rotations, right? Like that second baseman, who you think's going to win it out. I think we already know who you believe is going to, and I think I agree with you as of today, just from one game. But it's one game, right? And so it's not end all be all, but there's a lot going on that I need some insight on. So
Well, I think we got a glimpse into why I set my lineup the way I did.
yeah,
York has on-demand power.
yeah,
Granted, playing first base is not playing catcher, but you're still on your feet. And so that's why I thought Jay at some point this year will get York off of his feet. He'll show his glove. He wants to show his glove so he can get drafted. He cares about that. That's why
yeah,
I think Simpson moves to first. Because Simpson's going to get hot. He's going to get more consistent. It's the first game. But I think Dardar just has something special tied to him this year. It's something different. We use that word all the time. It's just he has a halo over his ass that you can't replicate. It's something
yeah,
he comes up to the plate, it's just you feel like something's gonna happen.
yeah,
Guys like Curiel, I think one thing I always try to tell people, we don't know what Jay's approach to the plate is today.
no,
Curiel is usually a guy in this deep 8-9 count at bat, 8-9 pitch at bat. Today he wasn't. He was attacking, which is good. He struck out on 2 fastballs up in the zone chasing. That means he was kind of going for some attacking, kind of lost some of his plate discipline. But that just means he's trying to get after something. It could have been the approach to the plate. Jay likes to play baseball in a very different way. So when he sets his lineup and he talks to his guys, he's talked about this. This is your job today. Your job is to do this. Your job is to do this. And if everybody does their job, we'll win the game. It could have been
right,
some days, maybe Curiel, your job today is to see pitches, let everybody see the pitcher because you can do it. Like we didn't draw that many walks today, which is strange for a LSU baseball team with Jay. They attacked. So I wouldn't worry about it too much with that just because it's the first game and we don't know their play.
right,
If we get into the end of February and Curiel has had 4 games with 3 strikeouts, then it's like, okay, we got to do something different with the approach, not the
right,
player. Now,
yeah,
players in the field, Reeves came in, did a great job. I still don't think he gets on the
yeah,
starting lineup regularly. Carraway's your third baseman. Dardar, I think, is going to take second. I think he
I
moves
think so.
Braden to first.
I
And
agree.
Beatty's not going to be in a game where he doesn't hit. If he's not catching, he's going to be DH, and that's going to change some stuff on lineup. That may sit a Dardar. That may sit a Simpson. You're not going to sit a York. You can't.
Yeah,
You can't. The third at
Yeah.
bat after the review, I could feel the swing up in the grandstand. Like, the wind coming off his bat is incredible, and the outfield, you don't have to talk about the outfield. Daniel Harden came
Yeah.
in, looked great. He has such a Jay Mitch look to him from '09. It's ridiculous. The kid's gonna be special, but the outfield's outfield. Stanfield had a base hit. Brown struggled at the plate, had a double. Curiel struggled at the plate. We forget he gutted out a single in the first at bat.
Yeah.
In pitching, be patient. Case Evans
Yeah.
is special. You saw it in the first inning. People say he was juiced up. Yes and no. It ain't the first time the kid's pitched in Omaha. Opening
Yeah.
day
I
against
mean, and
Milwaukee
also,
isn't special.
yeah, you got to knock the rust off too. I mean, come on.
Yeah. But Gavin Guidry is
Anybody
that
concerned
guy.
about pitching is
Yeah.
goofy.
Yeah.
You should always be.
Like,
So we talk about these previews, talk about the expectations. You never know what's going to happen when you get to the plate. Like I was actually thinking about this yesterday, walking around my house. I was thinking about what I heard the other night, and it was bothering me. And we're talking about I'm thinking like, Pete Rose got banned from the Hall of Fame for gambling
Yeah.
as a manager, not a player. One player can't kill you. We saw that. I don't know, man. It's so early. You never know what's going to happen between the lines. You never know how that ball is going to fall. The ump behind the plate. There's too many
right.
variables.
And that's why I say, like, we can't, like, this is, especially in a season like this, like, I can see in 22, we didn't have the arms. 24, we didn't have enough arms. Like, those are years where you could be concerned about the pitching. You got frontline starters, you got mid relievers who are actually starters, you got closers who can be starters. Like, you got pitching in spades. Like, don't guys are gonna have an off night.
Yeah.
And I said this Wednesday on our show. Like, I said this Wednesday on the preview show. Like, you're gonna give up runs. Pitchers are gonna get hit up. It's the way that the game goes. Paul Skeens gives up home runs. Breaking news.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it happens. So it's okay. As long as the bats do what they're supposed to and the defense plays behind them, you can make the adjustments. And a pitcher like Cooper Williams can come in and lock shit down.
Whenever
Yeah.
you're worried about something happening or worried about not having talent or not, you bring up 22. That team should have never, ever been regional. They weren't that good.
No, oh God, no.
You have this man right here.
Yeah.
As your ace card.
Like I say all the time when it comes to football, same thing applies in baseball. You got the coach. Like,
We ain't worried
the,
about
the
shit else.
last thing we should be worried about is this team and how they're going to perform. They're going to win games.
Yeah.
They're going to be in contention. Even when we think that they shouldn't be in contention, they're going to be in contention. Plain and simple. Because you have the coach. We went down 5-2, and I never had a thought in my mind that, oh my God, we could lose this game.
Yeah. I was just sitting there chilling, to be
Like,
honest.
Yeah, I was
Jay's
too.
gonna
I
make the
wasn't
changes
worried.
needed. Yeah, I
No.
wasn't worried. Jay's gonna make the changes needed to get the lineup rolling.
Yeah. And
Like,
he did
it's
it
gonna
quick too.
happen.
If
Right.
he was making the rotations that need to be made, right?
Now, if this was Maneri and we were still playing small ball, like, of course, then it's like, oh crap, what are we doing here? We don't have, like, the pitcher's not dealing and we're not moving the base runners like we should. And yeah, but come on, man. Like, we got guys who are making their debut in the box for the first time ever, leaving the yard with no doubters. You got guys spraying the ball all over the yard. Like, this team's gonna be fine.
And the crazy thing is, you
What up,
haven't
baby?
seen. Hey,
What up,
sweetheart.
little mama?
You haven't seen a quarter of the depth.
Right. This was legitimately just game one. This was the first game.
The guys he threw in the last inning are key guys for the year. Rucker, Peterson. Hey, sweetheart. That was a pretty blue eyes.
Hey, how are you?
We see.
Go see mom. Say bye-bye.
But it's I'll say this to you. I talked about him on the previous show. I gotta talk about him again. Gavin Guidry, buddy, strap
That boy
in.
is a dog.
It's
Hammer.
He is a dog.
and
Hammer.
I'm gonna talk about it again. When he walked into, I've never ever seen that stadium come alive the way it did today. Like, if everybody could have walked out of their seats onto the field and just like vampire transferred all their energy to Gavin Guidry, they would have in a line. That place blew up, dude. It blew
Yeah.
up, and it was for a relief pitcher, a guy who was other than a glue guy, other than a locker room dugout guy, had no part in the 24 national championship. He knows what he has in front of him. And it's going to be
Yeah.
special. So I don't know what Major League Baseball career Gavin Guidry has. He's kind of he can do it. I'm not saying he can't do it. There's nothing that boy can't do. But he's kind of pigeonholed to a point, unfortunately. But he can show out. He can show out. I wish he'd put some weight on. He scares the hell out of me being 120 pounds. He's not 120 pounds, but he's just so tiny.
Give it
But
to me. Give it to me. Hey, listen.
Look, y'all, let me go ahead and hop off. Got a
You're
lot
good.
going on tomorrow.
No,
I
you're
will be in
good.
the
I know my
chat.
wife just woke up,
So
so I'm probably gonna hop off too, and then we're gonna have to David just
let
hop
me
through the
address
chat, but then we're gonna have to get
what
back at it
David
tomorrow.
said.
Go ahead.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
address what David just said because it's 100% true. The one thing you and
all
your
right, fellas.
son should be Austin, are you here? Okay, there you are.
I'm back. I'm back,
My
brother. I'm
bad, my
back.
bad. Let me hit this
You're good.
before we get out of here because David's talking about
Go ahead.
today was a perfect example of what we've been talking about with the power potential of this team. The danger of this lineup, being able to drop a game-changing home run on you at any point is deadly. Buddy, I feel better. I was never scared. I feel so strong in my 128 double-digit guys. It's gonna be you and your son. Like, it's not gonna be nearly the same, but it's gonna be close to it. The 98 Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire year.
Yeah.
Where it was because you may have like today you had York, you had Dardar, and you had Aaron Beatty. Not only hit bombs, but hit different types of bombs.
Right.
Like Dardar's was I think York broke that ball. Dardar mashed it. And then Aaron Beatty hit a moonshot above his scoreboard that nobody thought was getting out, but just kept carrying. And tomorrow you may have Brown, Milam, and Caraway go. Or
Right.
you may have Omar Sarna come off the bench and do it, or Braun, the freshman, come do it. There's so much power potential. I think they may break a record for doubles this year, which is big. Be excited. Like, just get your
Yeah.
kid addicted to the long ball. Like, do you play golf?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the one thing about golf?
What do you mean?
You could suck, but as soon as you hit that one chip or that one drive, it pulls you in. That's the same thing as the long ball in baseball.
Yeah,
It
that
may
happened to me
be a
recently.
zero, like the Wake Forest game with Tommy White. I love a
Yeah.
pitch and duel, but most people hate him because
Sub Moose.
it's just, there's no offense.
Yeah.
Then Tommy White puts one to left field, and you're like, oh my God, injected into my veins.
Yeah. Facts. Facts. No, I mean, you're right too. And one thing I think I have heard you say, separated from like us being in conversation, is how much hitting we have outside
It's
of everything
preposterous.
this year. It's crazy. So, and I don't know if we've ever been in a place where we just had that much offense
No.
amongst all the rest of the talent that we've had. So, yeah, for me, I plan on watching every single game I possibly can this year. And luckily, we have a lot of games that are going to be televised. And I pay for a lot of different streaming
Every game is
platforms.
televised, and you ain't got to pay for anything.
Yeah, no, that's true. So
But
that's facts.
and it's kind of what I love about Jay Johnson. It's not small ball. It's not gorilla ball. It's a hybrid. Because today, bunt hit singles. See what we talked about earlier. Yeah, yeah. I was reading what David said in the chat about York's bomb not being in the top 8 of exit velocity is insane. They need to recalibrate that track, man. It's ridiculous. Like, that ball was mashed. But it's gonna be a great frame of baseball because, yeah, York's gonna lay down a bunt. For whatever reason, York is gonna lay down a bunt this year, but that's baseball. Jay's not afraid of it. Jay has melded this Powerball hybrid small ball. He's a West Coast guy. He loves moving guys over, playing the hit and run game, stealing bases. And this is the first total team in my eyes that he's had his guys.
Yeah.
And even until last year, he had guys of Maneri's, touching there. Now it's nothing but Jay's guys. And this is going to be a different, we have a lot of great series on the schedule. It's going to be a very tough year.
Yeah.
It's going to be like how Lane's made football fun.
Right.
This baseball year,
Yeah.
it's going to be fun. It's in your son. Like, I don't want to get your son into baseball. And I love the glove, by the way.
Yeah.
And you picked well. Marucci makes a great glove. Shout out Marucci.
One hell of a glove.
Sponsor
Yeah.
me.
I'm going to have to get myself one too. I haven't had one in a really long time. So
Go buy this one. I bought this one for future gloves. It's the Ascension series. It's not an expensive one, but the leather's great. But this type of baseball is going to hook your son. And it's going to be fun to watch because one moment he's going to be tearing his hair out. Like, what? And then it's going to be a fun year. I can't wait to experience you experiencing it. That's what I'm excited about. And that's why,
I'm
like you
excited,
said,
man.
when you coming on, dude, send it to me. Anything.
Yeah.
Like, you're talking about, like I told AP the other night, that text message, because I was getting mad about something. I said, I bleed red, white, and blue. My blood cells are purple and gold, and my proteins are baseballs. Like, it's,
I don't even listen. It's funny because people think I'm crazy whenever I talk about LSU at work. Like, I talk about it like, thanks, David. I appreciate you, brother. She shouldn't be on the. Now she's gonna be loud. Okay, I got you.
she's
Look,
okay. She
here, hold my
can't
Darth
ruin
Vader pin.
anything.
You're welcome. Here, click this. Look, see. But
It's awesome.
whenever I tell people how invested I am into LSU at work, they think I'm nuts. And then people
it's
come in
different.
and they like, yeah, it is. And then people will come and be like, oh, you're wearing a Viking. No, it's not a Vikings jersey.
Yeah.
So that quickly, like, nicely shut up.
You go anywhere else in the country other than South, college athletics really aren't a big thing.
Or nothing. And I always tell people that here in Colorado, I'm like, y'all think that you're a sports fan. The Rockies suck and you still go to the games. Like, I don't understand
It's a
it. That's
social
not how it
event
works for
there.
us.
It's
Yeah,
not.
that's how it is. It's to drink a beer and hang out.
Yeah. Like,
You
you
know, and
don't.
run around
I'm
the
not going to
grass.
let LSU baseball dictate my life. And what I mean by that, I'm not going to let them ruin time with my family.
Yeah,
But
no.
I care. Like,
Yeah.
I was sitting in the ballpark today. I wanted to leave about the 5th inning so I could come home and watch it with my kids and my wife and spend that time. Stuff was getting good. I'm not moving out of this seat. I didn't get up for a drink. I didn't get up for food. I sat down on my butt and watched every pitch because
100%.
it's ingrained in me and I love it. In Major League Baseball, we can talk about that another day. I love the Braves. Don't get me wrong, David. I know you do too. Chop on.
Yeah.
College baseball is a better product.
It is. It's just like, to me, it's just like college basketball I've kind of moved on from. I don't really watch college basketball anymore. It sucks to say it, but it's boring to me now. I don't know why. It just is. But I don't really love the NBA either. But whenever it comes to college football, I have not paid attention to the NFL since Drew Brees retired. Not a game. I maybe will watch Joe play for the most part, and I'll watch the Saints play from here and there. But since Drew Brees retired, it's just not what it was.
I'll catch an intriguing matchup.
Yeah, but nothing crazy. Like, I didn't even watch the Super Bowl.
I didn't either. And like, the big thing to me is my old saying was, I'll stay up late to watch the Tigers. If I sleep through the Saints game, I don't care.
No.
If I'm awake for it, I'll turn it on. I'm not going to live and die with every snap Tyler Shuck takes.
No. And y'all don't see me throwing no who that's
look at
on
Omaha.
Twitter either. Yeah.
Like, college baseball is just in the storylines. You got Gavin Guidry coming back. You got Curiel, who's a super sophomore, can get drafted and do great things this year. He's in running for the Golden Spikes. Kason Evans come in. He's the ace. Can he hold on to that Friday slot? Which I think he will. I don't think he's moving
Yeah,
off of it. He didn't have a bad outing. He just got touched. It happens. It's
yeah,
baseball.
yeah, yeah,
You have so many storylines. A guy like Steph Dardar, who's coming from Columbia to Kansas State to here, it's great. And I don't know. It's I keep saying it. How can you not be romantic about baseball? That's why we love the movies Moneyball, because that team
yeah.
shouldn't have done it.
Fever pitch.
Exactly.
It's crazy because I was just in Boston and because my cousin plays in the Big Three, and so I got to go and like. First of all, Swaggy P might watch this, brother. You need to eat like you got money because you eat like you're broke, and I don't know why you do that. But anyways, that's a different note. But sitting there and watching, like being in Boston, and then I'm like walking down these streets, and I'm like, bro, I swear I remember some of this stuff.
Mhm.
I'm like, where do I know this stuff from? And then I'm thinking, I'm like, I used to love the Boston Red Sox because of the
That's
movie
my
Fever
AL.
Pitch.
My AL team is the Red Sox. Like
Dude, same. And I'm like, forget the Yankees,
yeah.
forget everything. Like the Boston Red Sox, if it wasn't the Braves, it'd be the Red Sox, no question. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's just crazy to me how football football movies and basketball movies don't really mean much outside of Space Jam to me. But like the baseball movies are crazy.
You watch Major League, you watch Money, like any of the major leagues. They have people don't know there's like 4 of them. You
Yeah.
watch
What's the one with
Moneyball,
Bernie Mac in it? Is that
Mr. 3000.
yeah, Mr.
That's
3000? That's a good one
that's
too.
great.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite
It's
baseball
more of a
movie of
goofy
all
movie.
time is it's more of a drama, but it's a cool
Yeah.
story. It's about, unfortunately, the Yankees. It's the 61 Yankees when Roger Maris beat the record Babe Ruth set. Whole story that it'll make you cry. I cry. I
Yeah.
don't care. But
Yeah.
there's so much more to them because it's a slower sport. Like you look at
Yeah.
Bull Durham. If I bring up baseball, my wife's going to bring up a quote from the movie Bull Durham, where the manager's mad as hell in the shower. He's yelling at the team, and he goes, "You throw the ball, you hit the ball, you catch the ball." And he got it. He yells at him, and she thinks
Yeah.
it's hilarious. I'm like, but that's baseball. And
It's
then the
simple.
next scene, you have a meeting on the pitcher's mound where the first baseman is scared he can't catch a throw to him because he hasn't sacrificed a chicken. This guy's breathing through the wrong eyelid. This guy's dad's in the stands. It's like a mini drama on this baseball
Yeah.
field, and you can't get that in football. The closest thing you get to it is the replacements, and that's because
Yeah.
they weren't supposed to be there.
Right.
You have
David's blowing us up. He said, I don't know what y'all are talking about. Draft Day with Kevin Costner. That is an outstanding movie. I will give you that. It's outstanding. But I don't, that's not like, first of all, it's about the Browns. Okay. So that's the worst part about it. And second of all, it's just not baseball, man.
Field
Listen,
of
outside of
Dreams.
everything, yeah, I may not know a lot about truthfully, I may not know as much as y'all do whenever it comes to baseball, but I love baseball, I think, just as much as any other
You will
sport.
lap
And
me
I
on
didn't even,
basketball. Lap me on basketball.
yeah,
Because basketball, the
I
game has
mean,
changed so much since I was a kid.
it has, man. And you got to think though, I was big time prideful defender type. Like, I don't care. I got benched in college because I couldn't make a layup and I got every offensive rebound. Like, so
Yeah.
listen, it's just different, man. And being able to watch, it takes a lot of skill to be that good at that side of the game. And
Yeah.
that's why I enjoy it so much. And I know that's totally outside of everything else we're talking about. David's
No, I
blowing us
mean,
up right now, but
no, it's not, because people look at a batting lineup and they think, "Oh, I want to put my best batters first." But no, you create the batting lineup to to facilitate one another. You protect batters, you hide guys. Like this is the first year we ain't got to hide anybody in the lineup.
nope, nope.
That's
Everybody's there for a reason.
the only at bat you know nothing big is going to happen is Stanfield, and he's going to get a base hit. He's
Yeah.
just not going to drive the ball out of the park, which
It's just not who he is.
I don't care.
No, because that's not what he's there for.
Moving the guy over,
Good draw.
getting on, and
Who's
run
the guy in the
and scoring a run.
Uh-uh.
It's this year's gonna be fun. Dude,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
so
excited.
excited to watch you like dive into it. And like that's why I'm getting your kid all these hats and like
You're tripping, man.
it's
You ain't gotta do that.
oh no, I want dude.
I know. One,
It's not
I
it
and you talking about that while we're on still, because I know we're not gonna be on much longer, but while we're on still, I do wanna make some time to come down and go to a game. So,
you're coming.
tomorrow or even tonight while I'm still up, because 'cause I'm not going to sleep anytime soon,
I'm passing out
let me
as soon
know.
as I can.
Yeah,
Tomorrow.
you're good.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, let me know because I wanna make some time, and I want to
Oh,
do,
hell
like, a
yeah.
family thing. I'm gonna add either some time on the front end of my
The cruise.
vacation, yeah, or on the back end of my vacation to come down for football, but then whenever it comes to baseball, I mean, it's tax time, man. There's money
Oh
out
yeah.
there to be spent, okay? So,
Oh yeah.
we can make a trip to Baton Rouge and come and watch some baseball, so,
And look, so I'm gonna call it a hookup because I think we're gonna be able to do it again. We got a nice
yeah,
little setup this weekend through a mutual friend. Hopefully that can it may not work out again. It may. If not, we're gonna
yeah,
make it work. I found a cheat code of tickets today. But even if like we don't all go to the box together, I'm already talked to my wife, got the green light. We're gonna have like a crawfish bowl almost if we don't stream it, us watching the game together, which is whatever,
yeah,
we'll just be together and we'll have
yeah,
fun.
yeah,
And isn't just because I keep harping on it. I'm sure AP's tired of hearing about it. We talked about it for 45 minutes tonight. I think the community is awesome. It's like,
dude, it's crazy.
for instance, on our call, it was me, David, AP,
Yeah,
Mandeville, Baton Rouge, New Orleans. We would never cross paths. You're in
right,
Colorado.
yeah, and I lived in DeRidder, like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
so,
my background's completely different than David's, than AP's, than yours.
yeah,
We just share something. We share a love for this,
yeah, yeah, that's
and
it.
it's going to be we we need to cherish this, and we need to just blossom it because, like, also AP was talking about, screw you this and you're that, like your beliefs in here, their politics or whatever. It's like we're crossing boundaries
Dude,
that
and
we
that stuff
don't
don't matter.
see
Yeah,
in
yeah.
today's culture. People
No.
are so, you know,
I'm
hey
back.
AP, but we're crossing lines
What
of
up?
division, and it's beautiful to see because if you put me and AP down on paper,
Yeah,
you'd never think we'd get along, probably.
yeah, probably not.
But now, I was already hyped for Sunday. It got even hyped
Oh,
more.
I'm lit.
It's like
I'm
Yeah,
lit.
it's great
I'm lit.
because
Can't
I get
wait.
to meet AP. He's Lane follows him, so that's going to be amazing. I get to
yeah.
meet him.
Ah.
It's
Hey, somebody gotta be famous in here, man.
you're gonna come down, and even if we're having a crawfish bowl at my house, or we're having a crawfish bowl outside the box and about to go in to watch the game together, we're having a tailgate. We're gonna
Yeah,
bring everybody in,
yeah.
and if you have somebody you want to bring in with you, bring them.
Dude, and I was gonna say this too, for me, it's crazy because I've been trying so I'm gonna tell you, my wife is like the 1A bumfuck middle of nowhere white girl, went to school, never would have thought I would ever met her, right? Like, truthfully. And so she has no culture. She's from Colorado, and
She's white.
I've always well, yeah, but I've always been afraid. I'm like, "Man, I gotta bring this
Colorado's
girl
full of
to
full of a
cookout
lot
in
of
Louisiana.
Hispanics,
She ain't
bro.
even gonna
Like
know how
there's
to
a real big
crack no
Latin
crawfish open,
imprint in
man."
Colorado.
She gonna shit through a
Dude,
screen door.
yeah, that's facts. But that's my thing, bro. It's like I'm so excited for her to just be able to it's about her and my kids. Like, I've experienced it to an extent, right? Like, I was born and raised in Georgia, grew up down
Mhm.
in Louisiana, right? Like, was in DeRidder most summers, but there ain't shit out there but the coaches'
Yeah.
daughters and in the high school, and that's it, and the Walmart down the street.
Mhm.
So for me, I'm excited to get her to see me also build community because that's not who I am. I've just never
Yeah.
been like that. I've always been like, I'm almost 30 and I just like being left alone.
Yeah.
I'm like my dad. My dad likes being stuck in the house. You don't want to talk to nobody. And so now I'm able to break down barriers, break down my own walls, do it through something that we all love, and just genuinely be the good person that I know that my wife has always told me that I am, but I always put on this hard demeanor and act as if I'm not that.
Boy, you
So
soft as Charmin. Shut up.
I am soft as Charmin, and I'm glad that you know it because you can read through me. But that's the crazy
No.
thing, bro. It's like you got
You
to
don't
put
we
up
don't
these
have to
walls for
fake with one
nothing.
another.
No, not
That's
with
the
y'all.
great thing
No.
about it.
Everybody else, I got to be all tough and stuff, But with y'all, I
Right.
don't have to do that, and that's what that's what this means to us, right? And I'm excited for her to be able to see like what LSU truly means to me. She sees me pout. She saw me pout in the corner when Milrow ran for 200 and whatever yards on us, and I turned it off by the end of the third quarter, right? She saw
Yeah.
me sit in the corner of the couch and not move till I knew the game was off, still looking at the box score on my phone. But she's never seen me like get to do it in person, good, bad, ugly, like just be there. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to be able to meet you guys and come down there and actually take time. My family's gonna be pissed because I'm like, I'm coming to meet people I don't even know before I come see y'all. But guess what? Sometimes that's how it is. Still love you anyway.
Look, I mean,
Still
family
love you
is
anyway.
family doesn't
Family's
mean
family
anything
at the
by
end of the day,
blood.
brother.
Like that
No,
just means
it
you're
ain't.
related.
Yep,
And
Family's
that's it.
built by bonds.
and AP, I'm gonna bring up a little private. AP, we was talking to AP and Dave the other day. I'll send him a message about how awesome it is for them, how great they're doing, and I would going to do anything to help push it.
Yeah,
I think me and you probably feel the same way. Like, who has the least amount of followers out of all of us? Me, you, David, AP, Cobra, everybody. Me. I don't care
yeah,
because I want
yeah,
to see you guys succeed. And
yeah,
you're not going to find that in the many other areas where it's like, oh no, he did this. I need to do better. It's like, buddy, my name's somewhere near it. That's awesome.
yeah,
It's
Right.
like I want to see like you guys succeed. I want to see you guys blow up. I was thinking about you today before the game. I told AP I was going to text you like, hey, let's stream before. Let's do
yeah.
something. Just get you out there, get you back on the
I thought
screen.
about it.
But
Yeah,
I was just the kid and then the game, and it just didn't
yeah,
work out. But as soon as we got off, I was like, yeah, I talked about getting him the stream, just not for me, to get you back on here because you haven't been on in a week.
yeah.
You got to be more consistent,
No, I
partner.
haven't been on in the week. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna be on. I already have a midweek stream I'm gonna do before I go to work. I'm actually gonna do one sometime this week as well.
Awesome.
But I was gonna do a preview show. I'm like, bro, I ain't got. Listen, I was struggling to get through just doing it by myself, talking about baseball. And I'm over here like, thank God AP and them are still in their show because they're not seeing me struggle through this.
Buddy.
Nah, man. Look, let me tell you something. Those look, I'm still figuring this shit out too.
Yeah,
Like
that's facts.
that those solo shows, bro, are like
They're
some of
rough.
the
I'm not
best
doing them.
shows. I
No,
can
they're
tell you right
rough.
now, I'm gonna keep doing them
Yeah,
because it gives you the practice run that you need for when
yeah,
you do have people on
yeah,
because it makes the conversations flow better. You find yourself more comfortable on the camera. And then, like I say, when you mess up, you're only messing up with yourself. Like
yeah.
I'm not ever gonna hide anything. And then it's my opportunity to speak freely. Like
Right,
it, you can. I don't have to rely on other people to produce the content, like
right,
schedules and all this other stuff, which makes it difficult.
right.
And it provides you an opportunity to be more consistent. Like I told Paul, like I knew if I would have been like, yo, Austin, let me jump on the show with you tonight, you'd have been like, bet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But like I told Paul, like you gotta get your practice up with doing the solo shows. And
right,
look, don't take it from me. I'm no professional. Like
right.
I am literally just started this thing
Lane
We're all
a
the
Kiffin
month
same,
follows you.
ago.
brother.
You're going on
Like
You're
You're
a
on
pro, man.
AYS Monday. You're a professional.
no, I'm not a professional. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I've invested time. I've produced decent content that people are attracted to, and I'm
Yeah.
fortunate for that. But even with that, it's like it wouldn't be there if I wouldn't have just kept pumping
Oh
it out.
yeah, you
You
and
know,
Paul's face are more on my stream than my own face is on there on my TikTok.
but I will
I
say,
need a
like,
TikTok
I'm
now.
I'm I'm addicted. Like I have a TikTok for the show
You
too. I
do.
just don't ever post anything
You
on it.
don't.
I don't
I
ever
looked it
post
up.
anything on it.
I'm scared of
I don't
TikTok.
post anything on. I opened it up one day. I posted like 7 videos in one night. I was dog tired, and I was
I
like, all right,
followed you
I'll
today.
go back. I'll go back to it at some point. But but I'm addicted to doing this.
This is
I'm a
dude.
And it's because, like, with me, I can talk sports and stuff with my wife, but she can't really follow on the conversation. So for me, this is like therapy.
It's more like
I get to
teaching.
turn the camera on. I get to turn the camera on, share my thoughts and opinions, and if someone likes it, guess what? We can engage in the comments. And if y'all don't, then guess what? We can talk about that too. And then we can build those relationships where your insights can help hopefully change my insights on things. Your
Right.
perspectives can round out mine. Just keep producing as much content as I possibly can, and at the
Right.
same time building streams of community around it. I mean, the one thing that I realized even going into this, if I want this to be successful, because eventually I want to do this full time. I want this to take replace my salary. I
Yeah, and
want
ain't
this to
nobody
be
trying to
something.
work forever.
I want this to be something that my wife can see results from because
Right.
she loves seeing me do it. Right? Is it about the money for me? Fuck no, it's not. My goal is for me to be able to do this full time because I love doing it that much. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, work gets in my way.
Yeah.
That's
And
facts.
before I gotta get
Oof.
off of here soon. My wife's, my wife deserves some of my attention today. But
She does.
I'll say this to you about it. And I want to thank you for this, AP. I know I've thanked you enough the past week. I had a thought today that I never would have had. And I thought about you as soon as I had it. I'm sitting there, I have my book, taking my notes through every inning, camera. And I sat back at one point between halves and I was like, if I could do this for a living, if I could find a way to engulf myself into baseball for a living,
Right.
I would never have a bad day. Even if the team lost, I wouldn't have a bad day because this is just
Right.
something that I truly love. And I wouldn't be on camera right now, putting myself out to the public to be just roasted, which bring it. I don't care.
Oh
But
well.
Please.
if it wasn't for AP, I wouldn't be here. And you say you don't see the wake you're leaving, it's because you're in front of it.
Yeah.
So we all have a token of gratitude to give to AP. I don't care. You can keep giving me that face. I don't care. And
So being
I'm gonna
humble.
keep saying it. And
It's not even about being humble at this point. It's just like I don't. And I told my wife this the other night. I don't see it. Like I'm
because
just.
you're in front of
I
it.
Brother,
don't.
so let me tell you, because I agree with Paul. So I saw your clips on X. I think I followed you immediately. Maybe I didn't. I can't remember. But it wasn't too long after that I'm pretty sure I reposted something of yours and you hit me up. And you're like, hey,
Yeah.
bro, I see you're going to be doing a show. We should do something together. I didn't say anything to you.
How did how
You
did
said it
I
to me.
how did my baseball voice get brought out in the chat with you two?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then AP was the one who pushed to have us on shows with him.
Yeah.
Even though, so honestly, bro, like you do deserve your kudos. And I appreciate you being the way that you are because you don't want to. It's not that you don't want to. You don't feel as if it's fully your credit
You're
that should be
not
given to you.
you're not how do
I
I
think,
put it? You're
yeah,
not owed it, but you deserve it.
yeah, but you deserve it and you need to hear it. Because
But
if it
on that
wasn't for you being so even keeled and being able to speak as well as you do and pronunciate things as well as you do, I wouldn't have half the clips that I'm able to look at on my
Facts.
Riverside that I refuse to post, right? Like I go in there and I make sure I put things out to make sure I don't go against who you are morally as a person because of words that I say or you say. Like
Mhm.
those are the things that I do just because of the impact you've had on us. So understand that, brother. Like truthfully, outside of the wife doing your braids for you and the job that you do that I know what it is, right? Like those things, you're great. And you deserve to know that. And there's a reason why we're excited to get with you outside of you being famous. Okay. Just
Man,
saying,
look,
brother.
fellas,
You have our
I, I'm
support too.
I'm grateful. I'm humbled by the praise, but you guys didn't have to welcome me in. Y'all didn't have to like. Y'all didn't have to follow. Y'all didn't have to share. So I will
You
always
are
be
Be
undeniable.
indebted.
grateful. We know.
Like always be indebted to y'all
Mm.
for that. And I'm sitting up here fighting back tears because I never envisioned this for myself. I'm not this type of person. I'm just doing what I love to do, and I'm meeting some fantastic people like y'all.
My
And
brother.
the fact that like I wouldn't have known that you guys didn't have this type of desire before, and
I
and,
think there
and
was
seeing that,
desire, but no balls. Like
Yeah.
Who,
I've
like
done
I
it. I
always
just
said,
never like
who
pushed it.
wants to hear my opinion? And AP said, no, people need to hear it. And I was like, well, I'll
Yes.
be damned. Okay. So,
Yeah, like, I'm serious about that, man. Like, too often I found myself like, like, Imma just not say anything about it. Imma
yeah.
keep my thoughts to myself. And I was just like, fuck that. Why? Like, I know what I'm talking about. And I
Yeah.
know I know within myself I can recognize when people have great takes, even if the take is bad, but it's still coming from a place of knowledge that needs to be
Yeah.
shared.
Right.
Like, it needs to be put out there.
Yeah.
You can be wrong, but the way that you're being wrong is still great. And I value that in both of y'all. And I don't, like I told my wife the other day, I said, I will never see the effects of anything that I'm doing until I see it impacting you, talking to my wife. Like, until then, I'm going to keep my head down. And like I've been saying this entire these last few days, I'm going to kick as many doors open as I can and make sure that they're wide enough so we all can walk through them.
Yeah.
This isn't just about a me thing. Of course, like I said, I love doing this. I want this to be my full-time thing because I love it.
Yeah.
I love investing myself in the sports and talking about it and sharing my thoughts and opinions in it. But I want this to be something that we as a community, especially for guys like Paul, David, and you, Austin, can really invest themselves into and see that, hey, this is something that I can do and be good at it.
Yeah.
And network and learn and make mistakes because we all got to figure this shit out,
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I'm literally on Twitter just shooting shots.
Yeah.
I'm
Hoping
just
that something
I'm
sticks.
just something got to stick right at
Yeah,
some
brother.
point. It
Yeah,
all
brother.
can't be in vain, and I guess something is sticking. And G in the chat, I appreciate you, man. I can't thank guys like yourself. Can't thank you enough for showing up every time, every single time. We press that button. You are hopping from stream to stream, supporting all of us.
Yep.
We can't do this without you. And like
Yeah.
Austin said, like when you turn that camera on and you're by yourself, it feels weird.
Yeah.
It
is weird.
does.
It is.
It does. But the one thing that keeps me going is that even if I'm talking into the void, I'm doing what I love to do. I'm gonna talk about it regardless. I'm gonna have these thoughts in my brain either way it goes. So I may as well turn on the microphone and share it. And with the way that the world is right now, and the way media is spoon feeding people to try to make them think certain things, nah. Like especially when it comes to sports, I refuse to allow people shape my view on sports. Like I watch it too much, I consume too much, I talk to people who play these sports too much
Yep.
to not have my sports poisoned and ruined by those thoughts. And like you said, G, what did Jordan say? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So
Yep.
I'm gonna shoot.
Yep.
May
On
brick
that,
like Rodman.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go make
But
sure I
I'ma
don't get
shoot.
divorced. I love you
Yes.
guys.
So
And like
do
I
that.
say every
Paul, love you,
time,
buddy.
God bless. All glory to him.
God
It
bless
wouldn't
you.
be possible without him, guys. God bless. Love y'all.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
Love you too,
too,
Paul.
buddy.
Have a good night, man.
AP, my brother. Well,
David said in the chat, none of this feels real. Honestly, it feels like a dream come true, and we're just getting exactly.
David,
Like,
and the crazy thing is, bro, so being in chats with y'all, whether it's Lone, whether it's you guys, ATG, all of that, like, so for me, I'm the guy who has been like the guy who's deeply invested in LSU as a high school kid, college kid. Like, bro, your cousin plays basketball. Like, what are you talking about? You're nobody, right? And for me, I'm just kind of behind the scenes. I do it with my cousin Elijah too. Like, I'm not part of, I don't want your money. I don't want none of that. Like, I just want to be there. I want to spend time. I want to be invested in your growth and your ability. Right. And so through this whole journey, it's always been weird for people to understand like how invested we are into LSU. So to find people like y'all who have a platform, I'm talking about like the Loans and the Blakes and all these other people, like all these spaces that I'm in where I'm in a spaces on Twitter, which I'm sure that some of them are probably in here watching right now, where Blake pops in and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is Blake. I'm the dude who was at LSU staying with my cousin, Brandon Sampson, and some other people on the basketball team at Sky. And I'm standing at freaking Canes right there off campus and Leonard Fournette standing next to me. And that's that moment, I'll tell you this, that moment right there is when I realized that my love for LSU was a lot more than I thought it was, and I never really had seen it in a moment. And so for me to be around, to now be a part of what like AP's doing and what y'all are doing and have the opportunities to really get invested in, it's honestly made me question if I'm in the right career path, right? Like if I'm
I'm
doing the right
telling you.
thing, if I can talk to a freaking rock, right? Like I'm changing things within myself. AP, for example, knows I've had a rough week, right? Like he knows that. We talk more than just here on this camera. So
Right.
a big push from him was like, bro, you can't just be down like a hermit crab back in the back somewhere. You got to get out. You got to handle it. You can't engulf yourself in something that's not worth it. Right. And I know that's a tangent. That's what we do in this pod. Right. But
Yep.
like, we all are just getting started and we all have a platform and we all have a voice. Right. And forget politics, forget everything else. There's three letters on our chest and I'm not wearing it right now, but there's three letters on our chest that brings us all together, that goes beyond all of that. You know, you see the people in the stands today at the box, you know, and there's all different types of personalities, weight, size, figures, political beliefs, hats, whatever. But none of that matters because they're all there for one thing. So, you know, I talked about Mardi Gras earlier. I talked about the sports and the culture, like David just threw in the chat as well. It's about all of those things. Forget everything else, right? Like, be you, be a person, love LSU, and that's it. And that's all we got to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have said it no better myself. Like,
Yeah,
and
brother.
that's the whole foundation of the podcast for me.
Yeah,
Like I have it in my tagline: daily podcast on sports, life, family, and all things in between. And all things in between relate to us, the culture. And David was on the show earlier, and I talked about how to start to when we jumped on your show, like it's amazing that we have Mardi Gras that starts right around the same time as LSU baseball season. And we get to see all these things culminate right here in Louisiana. And it breaks down barriers. It gives us opportunities to speak to one another and to engage on levels that we couldn't have anticipated beforehand. And this, I never would have imagined in a million years doing this podcast, engaging the way I have been with you guys, and developing the bonds that we've been developing over the last few weeks. Like, this is something that is bigger than myself. You can tell that, yeah, I know, and I said Jordan too. This is something that is bigger than myself, that God is, definitely aligning. This is not coincidence.
right.
There's a reason why this pod was started
Yep.
before when it was, and I'm going to continue to do what I feel like God is leading me to do.
Yeah.
And he is look, my faith is very important to me. Austin
Right.
and Paul know that more than anybody who I've exposed that to. But I feel like this is ordained because I asked God to give me the confidence to reassure me that I'm making the right decision by investing into this. And he's given me more signs than what I need. And I should have never doubted him because
Yeah.
this is what I should have been doing from the jump.
Right.
And I feel bad because I'm like, damn, I waited and what did I miss out on? And honestly, the more I do it, the more I interact with y'all, I see it, nothing. This is when it was supposed to happen. And I'm gonna just let him take his course and we're gonna grow this thing and we're gonna see where it leads us. And prayerfully, like I said, this changes everyone's life.
Yeah.
I want all of you to have your lives positively changed by this. And we build something that nobody's ever seen built before.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and one thing I'm gonna say, and I know we all need to get out and do our thing. I know we both are getting a little late in the night, but
Yeah, yeah.
um Moose, you said something in the chat, and I think that this is a great way to end it. We never will be. And I don't mean to speak for AP at all, but we never will be, right? And that it took a lot out of me to get to that point this last couple of years. A close friend of mine, Brighton, got me to a place where I could be in front of a group of
Facts,
people
Dave.
and talk about God openly, right? I wasn't in that place. I didn't live that life, and I still, none of us are perfect, right? The only one that has been perfect was Jesus Christ, and that's it. And
That's it.
so I've never been in a place where I could do that openly. I think as I get older, it's not necessarily something that is something to be fooled around with as much because no day is promised. And I have these babies at home that I have to set that example for, and I always will. And at the end of the day, I'm not here if it's not for God, period. So I will
That part.
continue to do my best every day to be the best example of that, whether it's listening to worship music on the way to work, right? And that's a choice. That's hard for me, but that's a choice. Um, or whether it's in the way that I parent my kids. God always comes first, and that will never change. And AP, AP, unless you have something you want to add to that, brother, that's me. I'm logging off. I want to say good night to everybody. Thank you for joining us on the Fourth and Go podcast. But I know AP has something he wants to share. So,
Yeah, just like I end all my solo shows and like I ended the show with David and Paul. Be the difference that you want to see in the world.
amen.
Our job as people, as God's creation, is to bring His light forth to the people that you see on a day-to-day basis, to make the invisible God visible. Well, how do you do that? It's through your thoughts and actions. Hold the door for somebody. Smile. Say good morning. Say good evening.
Yeah,
It's not hard. It's free, and your smile can legitimately save somebody's life. It can
can.
make a major impact on somebody's day. I can tell you firsthand, there are bad days I have, and when somebody holds the door open for me, it instantly changes my thoughts.
Yeah,
So just be the difference in the world that you want to be. Politics aside, yes, it's toxic, it's bad. It doesn't matter. People are people, and we need to treat people with love, care, and respect. So be
yep,
nice.
yep.
Like,
That's it. It
love,
doesn't take a lot.
it costs you nothing. It
Yeah,
costs you, it's free. It's free to
yeah.
be kind.
Well, and if y'all ever question what your purpose is or where your place is in this world, y'all catch us on this episode. Jump in the comments, and we're here for you. So y'all let us know
All the
what you
time.
need. Moose, let us know. David, we love you, brother. AP, love you, my brother.
Love you, bro.
Um,
Thanks for having me on
you know
tonight.
what it is, man.
Definitely been a blast, man.
Oh yeah, always 2 hours in and we're still rolling. So, but God bless. Love all of y'all folks. Thank y'all for coming and watching the Fourth and Go podcast. And we'll see you soon. Peace.